Hello students, today we start with the question answers of the chapter The National Movement First Phase. So let's begin. Okay, the first question we have is take the correct answers, section A. The first question goes, the second half of dash century led to political awakening among the people. So it would be 19th century. Remember, it was 1857. We just studied events after 1857, so that would be counted as 19th century. Then second question says these helped people to come in contact with one another. So in this, caste and community won't be the answer. Religion and postal system is not there. Caste and railways is not there. So right answer would be B, that is railway and postal system. Then these two revolutionaries popularized the idea of freedom, and these two revolutions popularized the ideas of freedom and equality. So it will be American and French revolutions. These are direct questions from your book. This Viceroy's policies intensified discontent against the British rule. So, in this, the answer would be Lord Lytton. His name is often related to Delhi Darbar and the Vernacular Press Act. So, these were his such policies. They just led to rising discontent among the Indians. Question number 5 says the Indian National Congress was formed in 1885. The Indian Councils Act was passed in 1909. This was from for the first time when the separate electorate, the concept of separate electorate was established. Okay, now moving on to section B, we have matched the following. So we will be, I'll just be writing the numbers here. A.O. Hume was related to Indian National Congress. He was the founder of it. Gopal Krishna Gokhale was a moderate leader. So you will be writing 2 here. Madam Bikaji Kama was related to Gadar party. Her photo is also given in the book. Khudiram Bose was a revolutionary. Okay, now moving on to section C, that is short answer questions we have. Give short answers for the following questions. Question number 1 says, what factors resulted in the growing opposition to British rule? For this, we just come to the first page of the chapter. Okay, contributed to the spread of education. Okay, this is the paragraph on the first page. You will be writing all these factors resulted British continued themselves, certain hospitals and parks. You have to start from here. Let me just write C1 here. This is question number section C and question number 1. So we'll be starting from here and you'll be writing till this place. We can just stuck out a few lines from between this. Frequent famines were eradicating indication of poverty, the attitude of certain Indians belonging to inferior race. Then in trains, some compartments were reserved. Okay. Though this is short answer questions, but we cannot make it further shorter than what is outlined in this paragraph. So for the time being, what we will have to do is we will have to write this complete paragraph. So for C1, you will be writing this complete paragraph. This is your page number 79. Okay, now moving on to question number 2. Why did the British introduced a modern education in India? For this, we just come to the next page, that is page number 80. Okay, you have to start from here. This is your C2. The British had introduced modern Western education to prepare some Indians to work at lower posts in the administration. The British also believed that Indians were exposed to Western thoughts and ideas. They would, okay, our question strictly says introduced Western education. Hold on. Western thoughts and would became supporters of British rule in India. So you have to write till this place. You'll be starting with the British and you will be writing British rule in India for C2. Moving on to next question, we have C3. Who were moderates? Why were they called so? Write any 3 demands of the moderates. Now there are 3 questions in this, though it is in short answers, but the answer is going to be little bit longer. Now moving on to this, coming to the paragraph titled "The Moderates." This will be in the first phase of the Congress. Okay, the moderate phase. So as part of the first part, who are moderates, you will be writing this. During the first 20 years, the Congress, the moderate nationalists or the moderates dominated the party. Then you will be you don't need to write the names of the leaders. Then you start from here. They were moderate in their objectives and methods. They believed in constitutional methods and in methods of persuasion. They regularly sent petitions and resolutions to the government asking for. This is the what were their methods. Answer to the question, what were their methods? And then we are to write three demands, I suppose. Three demands of the moderate. So resolution asking for, then you will be writing these first three demands, and till this point you will be writing this answer. So I'm repeating it again. Who are moderates? We don't have any specific answer, but it is saying that the answer to this also comes into this one. But for the sake of this, we will be writing the first two lines. First, you will be writing these three lines till party. Then you will start from here. They were moderates in their objectives and methods, and in constitutional, and till this promotion of education. It will also include three demands from the which were put forth by the moderate leaders. Moving on to next question, we have question number 4. Write the main features of parliamentary reforms. This is pretty much a straightforward question that is given. We have parliamentary reforms on the next page, I suppose. Okay, these are parliamentary reforms. Uh, Main features were as follows. Parliamentary reforms. Okay, you start from here and you cut out this its. Parliamentary reforms main features were as follows, and then you will be writing the first point in complete, and the second point you can write contest elections. You can write till this point. So you are to write the main features. First, you will be writing the complete point. For the second point, you can write the first four lines. This is not so important for us. So we will write till contest elections. Okay, this is your answer to C4. Let me just write it C4 here. Okay, now moving on to next section, we have section D. Long answer questions discuss three factors that led to rise of nationalism in India. Now there are many factors given to us, so we have to discuss three factors that led to rise of nationalism in India. So we come to the first page of the chapter, and we will just like craft our answer. Hold on. Okay, all right. Now it says that these. Let us read about the factors that contributed to rise of nationalism in India. So, rise of nationalism, we will be looking at railway, telegraph, postal system. So, there is, though we can just like write the headings of these also, but we have a specific answer here is this anti-British feeling. Okay. So, you will be writing about you will be starting from here. The first heading of the question has to be factors that contributed to rise of nationalism in India are. Then you will be writing this heading, discontent against British rule. And below this, you will be writing all sections of society suffered under British rule. The peasant had to pay high taxes. The artisans were ruined by foreign competition. The factory workers received very low wages. Till this point, first you will be writing this heading. Then you will be writing all sections and till wages. This is your first point. For second point, you will be writing political, administrative, and economic unification of the country. Uh, First, you will be writing this heading, and then you will be writing this. British introduced system of uniform throughout the country. Laws, at least in theory, were uniformly applied to all. Economic life interlinked and introduction of modern industries. Maybe we can just like at least uniform applied to you. You can just like leave out this economic life. Okay, so as part of your second point, what you will be doing is you will be writing first this line, this one, and then you will start from here. The British introduced uniform system of governance throughout the country. Laws, at least in theory, were uniformly applied to all. Okay, now moving on to third point, spread of modern education. You'll be writing this point, and then the spread of modern education also helped in the rise of nationalistic feelings. That's it. We are to discuss any three. So this one is the first one, and this is the political unification. This is second, and this is third. Again, repeating, as part of your first point, you will be writing discontent against British rule. Then below that, you will be writing all sections of society suffered under this till low wages. This is your first point. Second point is, first you will be writing this heading, political, administrative, and economic unification of the country. Then you will be starting with the British introduced a system of governance, uniform system of governance throughout the country. Laws, at least in theory, were uniformly applied to all. This is our second factor. Third is spread of modern education. The spread of modern education also helped in the rise of nationalistic feelings. That's it. We are to discuss any three, and till this feeling, we have completed our 3 points. Okay. Next one says India was unified under British rule as one unit. Explain. So here we have to write about the factors which unified India as one unit. So as part of this question, you will be coming contributed to rise of nationalism. There was a straightforward line. All resulted in growing opposition. All parts of country cast a feeling of solidarity, and this anti there. Okay, we will be writing from this paragraph, which is related to political, administrative, and economic unification of the country. Let me just erase these to the so as to avoid any confusion. Okay, this is your first page of the chapter, and we are discussing this is your D2. D2. So for D2, you will be starting from this point. India was unified under British rule as one unit. The British introduced governance uniformly applied, economic life became interlinked, and introduction of modern. Now, what you have to do is, I'll just like you have to write this complete paragraph. This by working together, feeling togetherness developed. Had people come in contact with the people, realize the British rule was responsible for their suffering. This economic life, people also part of the country worked in these industries by working, traveling together. So there are lines that you have to stuck out from between. So you'll be starting from India, and then you can just like this you can struck out this one uniformly applied to all. Economic life in India became interlinked, and after the introduction of modern industries, uh, people from by working, traveling together, weaken feeling of solidarity, togetherness developed. You can write till this point, otherwise it will be like too long. So you can just like write that much answer. Okay. This is your answer to D2. Okay, all right. Now moving on to D3, what was Ilbert Bill controversy? There is a specific special paragraph that is allocated to this Ilbert Bill controversy. Mm, okay, this is it. In 1883, Ilbert introduced a bill which came to be known as Ilbert Bill. It had, okay, you start from here. You'll be writing about, in fact, what you do is, hold on a second. You start from this Ilbert Bill and cut out this it. Ilbert Bill had a provision which gave Indian judges the power to try cases involving Europeans. Immediately, the whole European community started an agitation opposing the bill. These protests forced the government to withdraw the bill. You'll be writing till this point. So you just have to write this is your answer D3. Ilbert Bill had a provision which gave the Indian judges the power to try cases involving Europeans. Immediately, the whole European company, whole European community, then you will be writing till this part. This is the second line on the next page, that is Bill. Okay, we are done with D3. D4 says, what methods did the revolutionaries adopt to liberate India from British? What was the British response? Now, there are two questions in this one. So, we are going to address both the questions individually. This is the early national, this revolutionaries. Okay, more elemental reforms. Okay, revolutionaries in the first phase. Now, as part of our, as part of this uh, first part of the question, you'll be writing. Uh, you have to start from here. They formed secret societies to train their members in the use of firearms and explosives. Two of the most revolutionary activities. You'll be writing this. This is the first part of the question, which says that what were the methods adopted by them. This is our question D4. Okay, let me just write D4 here. So this is the answer to the first part of the question. Now the second part of the question says, what was the response of the Britishers? So for that you just come to this. The British used all means to suppress the revolutionaries. Khudiram Bose was hanged. Aurobindo Ghosh, Brinder Ghosh were put in jail. Some revolutionaries were sentenced to life imprisonment. So the first part of the question says, what were the methods adopted by the revolutionaries? So for that, we will be writing this one. And for the second part of the question, what was the response of the Britishers? You will be writing these lines. Okay, now moving on to question number 5, which says, write short notes on role of press in arousing national consciousness and Swadeshi and boycott. So first we come to role of press. There is a special paragraph related to role of press. Okay, radical phase, national government, and role of press. Okay, you'll be starting from here. The Indian press played an extremely part in strengthening nationalistic consciousness, and in fact, what you do is you just leave this one. Hold on a second. Just don't start from here. You'll be writing first. You'll be writing role of press, and then you start from this point. The newspapers of that period highlighted the anti-Indian policies of the British government and asked people to unite and work for the common cause. Both English and vernacular press became a medium to mobilize public opinion and create a feeling of national bonding. So that is part of the E1, which is role of press. Okay, role of press. Sorry, I think I just put up a wrong numbering. This is D5. This is D5, and we can just like write 1. Okay, so role of press is there, and then Swadeshi and boycott movement. So there is a special paragraph for this one also. Albert Bill. This must be after the Congress, the radical phase and partition of Bengal. Now we should have Swadeshi and boycott. Okay, this is it. For Swadeshi and boycott, you will be starting from here. The partition of Bengal gave rise to two new methods of struggle. Swadeshi and boycott. The Swadeshi literally means of one's own country. It was aimed at popularizing goods manufactured in India so the Indian industries could prosper. The method of boycott focused on asking people to boycott goods manufactured in Britain. Okay, so you can just write till this point. You'll be starting from, you will just be like, starting from. In fact, what you can do is we can just hold on a second. For Swadeshi and boycott, what you do is you start from here. You start from this point. Swadeshi literally means of one's own country. It was aimed at, and then you will be writing till this point, manufactured in Britain. Otherwise, it would be uh, too long to learn. So you'll be starting from here. Swadeshi literally means of one's own country. It was aimed at popularizing goods manufactured in India so that Indian industries could prosper. The method of boycott focused on asking people to boycott goods made in Britain. Okay, that is question number five. We have question number six. It is said that the introduction of modern education in India backfired the British design of imperialism. How? Now, the question is saying, though the concept of modern education was introduced by the Britishers in order to benefit themselves, but it in fact backfired in the sense that it helped Indians in realizing the exploitation that is done by the Britishers. So I think there is, we can just make up the answer for this one. Hold on a second. We had a paragraph related to language. Okay. Okay, this is the paragraph. Things, however, did not turn out as the British had expected. Exposure to Western ideas, conscious they were impressed by the ideas, they began to criticize. Okay, you'll be writing this and this. This is your D6. This is your answer to D6. You'll be writing this complete paragraph. It explains that though the Britishers wanted that the concept of Western education, introduction of Western education would help them. But in fact, it is saying that things, however, did not turn out as the British had expected. The Indians, when they were exposed to Western ideas, they started demanding those things for themselves. So in that way, what happened was it was not that good idea for the Britishers. That would be all. If you have got any questions, then we will discuss that in the class.